I came to bring the
What's going on, people of YouTube? It's that boy Treezy here, just bringing you this quick little vlog just to talk about the experience last night at the game in Nottingham, where we played GRiD 2, got hands on with GRiD 2. It's a pretty fun night. It was a long ass drive, a bit longer than expected. I looked at the Google Maps because the only closest locations for me were like Middlesbrough, Hull and Nottingham itself, all on different days. And with the hours I was working yesterday and today, it was ideal to fly down to the one that happened last night. For 2 hours, I thought it take that long, that's not too bad. It was quite tiring actually. It took almost 3 hours to get there if we put traffic into the situation as well, so it was a tiring drive. Thankfully my sat-nav, well, my borrowed sat-nav, because couldn't find mine at the time, I found it now though. Did a pretty good job, you know, replanned my route a few times when I took a few wrong turns, but we got there in the end, straight into the Victoria Centre car park, straight into the Victoria Centre, ready to play GRiD 2. Now, I got there and the shutters were down. There was like the game developers and the staff already playing the game. Only 2 other guys sat waiting, and I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. I'd never been to anything, any gaming event whatsoever, you know what I mean? So I really didn't know what to expect. But I could see through the shutters they had like 2 driving seats, you know what I mean, rally seats set up with 2 big TVs in front of each. One with a steering wheel and one with an Xbox 360 wired pad. So 8 o'clock came, they opened the doors, there were like a few different bottles of pop on the table. It wasn't as like kind of organised as I thought it was going to be. I thought, right, they've got 2 hours, they'll probably, like, the game developers will probably show us, give us like a bit of a demo of the game, show us what's talk to us for a bit, and it's not letting people take turns. But it was just kind of like freestyle really. Everyone just jumped on whichever, you know, the pad or the steering wheel whenever they wanted, type thing. So everyone was just like trying it out, having fun. We were playing on one of the Chicago race tracks, like street racing in this massive muscle car. I had to go on the steering wheel first, which was a complete disaster. I was really embarrassed, but you know, it didn't really matter because we were just having fun. But then I jumped on the pad, and that was the turning point of the night. That's when it got serious, because that was the first time anyone's had set a half decent time. Well, it was in distance. You had to basically, we was racing in this muscle car against AI. You have to keep hitting checkpoints to gain more time. Obviously, you go for a checkpoint, you get 8 seconds, and then you need to make it to the next one. And it showed how much distance you covered, and I covered like 17,095 feet. And I was like, alright, happy with that. I didn't think anything of it, so got up out of my chair, and then the guy's like, one of the staff was like, where are you from again? I was like, Preston. He's like, wow, that's a really good distance. And I was like, alright. And then they were like all kind of looking at me and like talking about me and shit, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I was just having a bit of fun in that, and that. But then this other guy got on. He was also called Ashley Graham, I think it was. He had a go, and then he beat my time by like 20 feet. And the reason I say it was a turning point when I set the time was because that was when they first put the time on the little the whiteboard, you know what I mean? And then it was like, I see now. But they didn't really say. I knew that there was a competition going on, but I didn't really think they were just going to put us time on whenever. You know what I mean? It was like kind of unorganised fun. You know what I mean? So as soon as my distance went on there, that's when everyone thought, shit. You know what I mean? We're getting it on right now. So my time got beat, and I didn't get to have another go on the Chicago track because she changed the track over about an hour into it. Went into the Red Bull Ringway in like not Formula One cars, but like kind of similar. I can't remember what you call them, but they was like much lighter cars, and you could really push them around the corners a lot harder. So there was no way I'll mess with the steering wheel against her. So she was like, anyone want to go with a pad? Everyone's like being shy, and I was like, screw it, give me a go. So straight away, I knew like the time was the lap time was going to be important, but it was 2 laps for each person on the race. As soon as the game loaded up, I didn't realise it kicked in, so I lost like a few seconds on the starting line. Then the AI kept screwing me over, and eventually I finished with like a 2 minutes 59 seconds or whatever. The other guy who won the previous one, the distance one. It was Justin. His name was Justin. He gets on. But no, his brother got on. It was 2 brothers, and they were both really good. They had like this brotherly rivalry going on. His brother actually gets on the steering wheel and sets like this impossible time to beat. It was crazy. Like for me personally, I was like, wow, that's for the steering wheel as well. You know what I mean? So no one was beating this 2:40 time that it set. Then I jumped on the pad, set like a 2:45 because I was being too soft on the corners. You know what I mean? This car really needed pushing to the limit, and I was just like playing it safe, braking gently, turning gently, and all that shit. So I knew, excuse me, this was about 9:30, so I knew I'd get one more go on it first. So I'm chatting with the game developer, who was really, really nice, by the way. It was Becky Crossdale. I think she was like the game designer. She was like pretty cool little gal. So I was like picking up tips off her on the side, like, you know, so what's your best approach for this type of race? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, you just need to be more aggressive on the corners. There's only really a couple of corners where you need to brake, and with the other corners, if you do want to slow down, don't brake, just let go of the accelerator and then just push it right into the corner. And I got what she was saying. My problem was I couldn't feel the car. When I was in the muscle car, flying around corners, like back end almost going out all the time, I liked that because I knew I could control it. I knew where the car was, you know what I'm saying? But with this light car, I didn't know because I wasn't pushing it to the edge. I didn't know what its limit was. So I thought, screw it, last go, I'm going in. So I blasted it on my last go. Put together like 2 really good laps. It was just on the last lap, and I've come to the last corner, and I knew I needed to take it in one go, and I cut the corner, and I thought, no, that's going to cost me like a couple of seconds. And then I started bombing it to the finish line. Justin's brother, no, Ashley's brother had beaten his time with the steering wheel again, got like a 2:39.6 or something. I had come in like second to last go of the night and got like a 2:39.5 or 2:39.4, beat his time. But I didn't know at the time. I knew it was a good time, and the whiteboard's behind me, facing away from me, and I'm like looking at everyone like, is that a good time? Is that a good time? And they was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, it's good. So won myself a copy of the game. I know I've told people about this already, but what I kept forgetting to mention was it's a free copy of the game when it comes out. So that's May 31st, and Nottingham has to ship that to a Preston store. So, you know, fingers crossed. But if something goes wrong postage wise, I ain't even gonna see the game on the release day, and I got 2 weeks booked off at that time. So I bet, you know. Yeah, but it was good fun. I mean, I think, well, what would have totted up to about 5 hours worth of driving on either side of the event. It was worth it, I guess. I mean, some people would be like, you sad bastard. But I thought, screw it. I'd never been to anything like that. Even though it was only a tiny event, I'd never been to anything game related like that. You know what I mean? So with me finishing at 4 o'clock yesterday and only working at 6 to 9, I thought, screw it, you know what, I'm going down. Sat nav out, did my thing. So happy I took my sat nav as well, because it was crazy getting there. I spent more time in the drive doing like a dual carriageway driving. So many dual carriageway, well, such a long dual carriageway to get there after you come off the motorway. And the town centre was so alive as well. We're driving through the city centre, and it was like Manchester or something. There was just so many varieties of things you could do, and like it just looked really alive. I mean, that's a whole different conversation. But anyway, you know, GRiD 2, it's an alright game. It looked pretty good. It was more arcadey than I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going down the road of like more simulation, to be fair. Because the thing was, I'd never played the first one, because people thought, a lot of people at the event, well, a couple of guys at the event thought I was like some hardcore GRiD 1 fan, and I said, look, to be honest, I've never played it. I said, but from the Codemaster side of thing, I played Dirt 2, Dirt 3, which them two was two of the best races I've ever played. Dirt 3 would probably be my all-time favourite racer. I said, so, you know, I'm giving this side of Codemasters racing a try, you know what I mean? And it was like, yeah, excuse me. But even when I started, I was like, you come all the way down from Preston for this. I was like, listen, I didn't know what to expect. I said, it's been fun though, and it's paid off, you know what I mean? Got myself a copy of GRiD 2. I mean, it's cost me a bomb in petrol, but, you know, it's all good. Nottingham weren't ready for this Preston, boy. Yeah, but anyway, the game itself, yeah, it was a bit more arcadey than I thought it was going to be fair. Which I don't mind, because I'm not really a Forza guy. Forza is like too real for me, to be fair. But even though they only showed off 2 racetracks, it looks good. It does look good. There's definitely a lot of potential there, I think, with the chucking all the multiplayer modes that they've got going on. Obviously different vehicles, XP, upgrades, you know, all that good stuff. I think it will be a pretty slick game. I mean, I will be buying it. I fucking won the game. Obviously, I'll be playing it, so I'll be able to give a more in-depth opinion, maybe a review on it when it does come out. But yeah, so far, I mean, I'm keeping my judgment open, because obviously for me, I've gone to this thing. It was, you know what I mean, nice seats, big TVs, loud. The pressure was on, people were watching, so all in all the night was great. Of course my impression of the game is going to be good, you know what I mean. People were queuing up at this event. There was only 15 of us or something, just to pre-order it at the time, you know what I mean. It is looking good, but obviously for me personally, I do have high expectations for it, because I was thinking like it's kind of going to be the next big multiplayer game. You know what I'm saying? That'll kind of bring the boys back together, because the last game to do that for me and like a lot of my friends in Xbox Live was Battlefield 3. You know what I mean? Now I'm not going into the racing side of things, but you know, that's what I'm hoping. Otherwise, it's probably going to be GTA 5 that'll bring everyone together. But we'll see anyway. You know, I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. As I can see on my camera screen, I'm nearing 14 minutes, so I've been ranting and raving. I hope the sound's alright. I know the picture's looking good. I don't know about the sound, so I hope this video doesn't go to waste. And you know, anyway, drop some feedback, let me know on what you guys think of the quality of the video and whatnot. And I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching, guys.